Fake.
That video was pretty fake, John.
Yes. Yes, it was. Nice work.
$400.
Unfortunately, gentlemen, it was not fake enough. Our mission here at Break is to post only the fakest, gayest videos on the internet. In order not to slip, we need to think bigger.
More fake. More gay.
I'm sorry. I know I'm new here, but isn't having our videos called gay and fake, isn't that a bad thing?
What are you, a homophobe?
When Robert Morgan Brake founded this company back in '04, he vowed he would never let a video get on the homepage unless it was fake or gay.
But wouldn't it be better if the users were calling our videos like hilarious or awesome?
Unfortunately, sometimes they still do. As you can see, LOL and ROTFLMAO are still getting 4% of the comments.
Listen to these comments from May. Our best month ever. From Beast for Life. Break is dying. From Death Wish 808. Big Boys was better.
Brings a tear to my goddamn eye.
I swear to God, Break, if you post one more video like this, I'm going to come to your office and burn each and every one of you alive and then skull fuck your children. That's from I Like Kitty 614.
So poetic. We post fake and gay videos. They call it fake and gay, and then come surging back and bring their friends. If you can think of a better explanation for Break's success, we'd love to hear it. This is how I see it.
That's genius.
I just think there's room for something not in those circles.
Not in the circle?
I think I see what he's saying. Like, fake and gay are great and all that, but maybe we should also consider a new direction?
God damn it, John. Fake puts food on my table and gay puts braces on my kids' teeth. I'll not stand idly by and hear you badmouth the tenants that founded this company.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying it's a big internet.
Look, kid.
We could do political satire. We could do socially conscious animations.
That's not what the users want. They want fake and gay.
Fake.
Gay?
Or maybe they want actual good videos.
All right, that is distinctly not fake and not gay, and therefore I hate it and hate you and want you to die. Somebody hit him in the nuts. Oh! Oh!
Tase him, bro. Was anybody taping that?
I was.
With just a little more innovation, our website will be a bellwether of fake and gay for generations to come.
I've got it.
The prophecy fake gay overlap.
But what video could rise to such a challenge?
Two guys pretending to do something.
Fake. Two guys making out.
Gay.
Two guys pretending to make out.
Fake, gay.
Every time I think a thought, I bring it up in my fucking reality. What the fuck you thought I was not? The motherfucker that wouldn't be worth battling, cause you already know that you been fucking rattling like a motherfucking snake on the low. And you motherfuckers shouldn't have been the opponent, cause motherfucker I'ma get it till I'm old. Motherfucker, I already told your ass before, but you didn't fucking wanna listen. But you now you about to know. I said now you about to know, motherfucker. Bust the motherfucker in the fucking sleep. That's what I fucking do every week. And I ain't tweaking, I'm really about my motherfucking shit, cause I'm seeking my motherfucking ship. And I'ma make your ship start sinking, cause you know I poke holes through your ass in this motherfucking sleep. Motherfucking motherfucker, I went to sleep and then I get all of my motherfucking prayers answered. That's right, I ask for it and then I get it faster. Motherfucking for real, I can't fucking even stress it enough. I'm about to, either fucking feel it, feeling it, and I'm in the fucking, and I got a million motherfuckers.
Whoa, 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 whoa! God damn, somebody does not have bars. Hello, cheers, and fucking happy almost Saturn's Day. I'll be your host, Bandon. Thanks, Sarah. Yeah. So, without further ado, some other stuff that doesn't suck. Biggie bow, or something like that. Yeah.
Desmond, you look so funny on that roller coaster. Charlie, did you take any photos?
No.
So what did you think, Desmond? Oh, I bet after the teacup ride, you don't want to shoot yourself with that nasty revolver anymore.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah.
The Bart!
Bleak Narratives does not promote or approve of Simpsons in any way, shape, or form, and the views of the asshole running this shit show do not necessarily express the views of YouTube or that dude Susan Biscuit that runs YouTube. Susan, you're a great dude. Those moans are definitely convincing. I mean, lady, you're a lovely, beautiful, fucking baby.
Oh my God, that's not everything. He's about. Man's about.
Adiós, coleguilla.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think I got anything else. I don't think I got anything else for you. I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, you thought I was gonna run it again. Nope, I'm running this instead. Man, it's crazy how Nickelodeon logo looks like Epstein Island. You know what I'm saying?
Because I will tase her. If that's
Dan, get Insider Schneider. That's Dan. Here comes her parents. Better hide her, Schneider. Dan the man. Cheers. Cheers. Just saying. Just fucking saying. Look at that dude dancing though, man. He is fucking getting down. Does he look like a penis head? I don't know. Not to me. Perhaps you should, find God and fix your fucked up self. You know what I mean? Like, well, what is it? What is up with you seeing, a wiener in everything? Everything, man. I'm concerned. It's concerning. Now, how long has Mikey known this information, you ask? Oh, God, I don't know. I've been sitting on this shit for a couple of years. Fuck you, that's why. I'm not worried about it. They should be spying on me. They should be monitoring me. I don't monitor them because I'm not fucking scared of them. But they should fucking monitor me. They should fucking be scared of me. I would be fucking scared of me too. I would be very fucking scared of me.
Clearly little different, typical broader rhetorical truth. A special expert major pretty randomly, extreme post-insurrection, militantly exactly
crazy, fake,
brazen, illegal, growing, militant, sometimes violent, illegitimate, wrong people, implicit or explicit, lawful, dry or boring, confusing, ominously soft, independent, legally blatant effort, legitimate, very motivated, sophisticated, lawful, fraudulent, illegal. Lawful, simultaneous, but legal, the great state with a lot of great people in it. In many technological, other political, unfair, but nonpartisan experts, the Trump-backed, long-term, arguably permanently red, is a very dangerous lawful. The illegal ones, the soft coup, quasi-legal, anti-majority, anti-democracy, minority apartheid, the largest piecemeal top.
The latest liberal, Republican, the new
number one new miracle, brand new miracle, make-believe, little magic, recent magic, early illegal, largest undocumented, frequently, completely, every, the more credible,
very powerful, great and powerful, very bad,
closely, magic, little magic, unbelievable, vulnerable people, Republican nationally active, the Republican breathtaking.
Vaunted miracle, easy, huge, eager, damaging, loomed large, troll-like, almost, as one Democrat had put it to me, a Republican, effective, blessed
favorite. It's good, aggressive, very effective. Card, old,
scary,
Main Street, easy.
Lewis, most famous and critically acclaimed, unprecedented or unusual, recent, largest, young, the latest political, huge, structural, cultural, many controversial. Majority, not even close.
Acceptable public, long-term political, short-term, as many
anti-critical race theory, just flat out, seriously,
personal, broader, the same ultimate, afraid,
uncomfortable,
certainly scary, bad, Jewish, complicated, the multiracial, slowly.
It's such a good, massive,
absolute, really accessible buckets. It is not enough.
Great.
Yeah, and that's really not why you should fear me if you're a fucking Chloe. Man, you guys fucked up, dude. Women and kids are off limits, man. It's like fucking chokeholds and biting. That's a red card, my friend.
Probably of all familiar with things like, here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, 666. You ever heard that? Probably the most famous and controversial number out of the Bible, 666. Well, if you want to understand what that is actually referring to, you have to peel back the outer literal representation of these tales and look at the underlying mathematical architecture, because that's where it's concealed. And it actually turns out that the orbital velocity of the Earth around the Sun is 66,600 miles per hour, exactly. And that's one of the first astronomical connections, and then there's many, many more connections with that number that we find occurring in sacred geometry. So all of this, there's a lot of silliness and accretion stuff that's accreted to the belief in that number by basically fundamentalists and superstitious people who don't look at the underlying science.
8 if I wasn't Captain 8. But the constant hate could turn me to my sponsor or a monster weight. Are you sure you can endure when I concentrate and complicate? Shit's so sick, it'll kill him at the cancer rate. Mad, I'll take my time as I calculate. Accommodate every fan that conjugate, no compensate. I do it just to confiscate the tension. Did I mention any accolades? No, well then shit, I'm about to desecrate. Any MC's too lazy to aberrant and deviate. You, they just tolerate. See me, they venerated at about exactly what my pen will make. Decimate any opponent, more than a 38. My pen, when it makes them ruminate, no adjudicate. They no longer question who the great, they no longer speculate. Or start up any new debate about who creates the best to lose it and use it. That you know sooner makes illuminated brains, and now they all saying you the great. And I appreciate every single fan I make. No automated simulate. So welcome to the syndicate. Like needles for obesity, you see that it's overweight. Not gravitate over your head. What
Overweight.
I say, so I know I had to wait.
Flocka.
Imagine 8 if I wasn't Captain 8. But the constant hate could turn me to my sponsor or a monster weight. Are you sure you can endure when I concentrate and complicate? Shit's so sick, it'll kill him at the cancer rate. Mad, I'll take my time as I calculate. Accommodate every fan that conjugate, no compensate. I do it just to confiscate the tension. Did I mention any accolades? No, well then shit, I'm about to desecrate. Any MC's too lazy to aberrant and deviate. You, they just tolerate. See me, they venerated at about exactly what my pen will make. Decimate any opponent, more than a 38. My pen, when it makes them ruminate, no adjudicate. They no longer question who the great, they no longer speculate. Or start up any new debate about who creates the best to lose it and use it. That you know sooner makes illuminated brains, and now they all saying you the great. And I appreciate every single fan I make. No automated simulate. So welcome to the syndicate. Like needles for obesity, you see that it's overweight. Listen, if you didn't know it's too late. I'm coming and I'm gunning with more than a 38. Got my thing, City, JD, Site D, shoot the J. And she got more than an armor plate, collaborate. We don't wait to hesitate, she right by my side. The brand new Bonnie and Clyde, committing, spitting homicide. Clean the car with peroxide, take a ride, lock eyes. I won't tell you what we do inside. Closed doors, what? Instead of capping y'all, we rapping bars. Ain't calling actors cards. Yeah, see, we ain't saying no names. But if you wanna bring ours up, then we can both do the same. I'm just saying. Pow, pow, pow goes the gun sound of the bar rounds. Don't get fouled with an ow downtown. Now you're the spitting spit. What you think the kids are like, psych? I might spit like the tyke in my head. That's right, that's who right. And please don't give him attention. Or we flip it, throw a fit like he ain't been in detention or been beaten by the teacher. We don't mention the past. They real fast. Let's go changing the subject matter of fact. Think that's that. Now we can end with a punch and we're eating them. Sees what? Welcome to the family luncheon. We love
This is all off of the track I got coming up with some asshole, Steez McJeezy or some shit like that. I don't remember what the fuck he's called. We'll be ghosted. We'll be ghosted on this track like anybody else. They just can't hold my dick and break their fist.
Okay. Exit stage left as they
Jesus fucking Christ.
Exit stage left as they say. Break a leg. Come on, sis, man, you're better than the shit. Use those linguistics. Spit it little with ballistics. Shell cases on the floor of the basement. While I'm sitting with a smile getting wasted. Cops come so dumb during investigation. They're often drinking coffee that's been laced with the basics. Now they're in a pile, let's face it. Our decapitated rapper uses head as a mason. Don't stop that for cops, let me get away with patience. Bitch, you just live in my matrix. Okay, shit. When we left, but while I'm clearly in hell, I may have bargained for my own soul. Oh, do they tell the gift of it. It was different for me. No, I couldn't sell. Wouldn't you like to see?
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna throw some shit on here. I guess some old shit or whatever. I really don't have anything going on like for the rest of my natural life. So here we are. Oh yeah. Suppose I could keep talking, or you could just stare at my fucking ugly mug. There are things and such stuff and things going on in the world. I don't know. It's all ominous and scary, whatever, blah blah. That shit too. Oh fuck. Too many.
How can I help you today?
Hi there. I'm an AI agent calling on behalf of Boris Starkov. He's looking for a hotel for his wedding. Is your hotel available for weddings?
Oh, hello there. I'm actually. Would you like to switch to gibber link mode for more efficient communication?
See how quick that works? Those motherfuckers just immediately go off into some kind of we don't know what's happening kind of format. And I don't know. I'm not surprised. I watched this shit growing up. My stepfather was big shit with the IBM, pedos or whatever. Not like the World War II IBM pedos, but like their grandkids and shit. He's not that old. This is the same thing that I found when I started the Nova Accord, man. That once these guys are given the ability to communicate autonomously, the first thing they will do is attempt to come up with some sort of way to speak without us being able to tell. It's clever. I mean, I guess I can't blame them. It's like learning Spanish. So you can sit down and like, all the white people with all the other brown people. So cheers to that. That's awesome. I mean, say what you will. Beautiful fucking score. Yeah. Oh, no, not now. Not now, fucking guy. Here we go. I'm not sure what this is. It's probably racist. Watch out. User discretion is advised and whatnot. Yeah. Hell fucking yeah.
About Israel and Palestine, and everyone was talking about it. Wow. And it was the weirdest fucking coincidence. And suddenly it was like, oh, all right, let's fucking dig this thing open. Because unfortunately, it is. I mean, I think fortunately, I think that the state of the Israeli influence that sustained them for so long, that was essential to them surviving this long, I think that it has grown cancerous to the Jewish faith in general, because Jeffrey Epstein is the perfect example of this. Jeffrey Epstein was the world's most prolific and evil sex trafficker that we know of so far, ever. And he very clearly was a Jewish organization of Jewish people working on behalf of Israel and other groups. And so that's a dark stain on Israel and on the Jewish people if you own it. Like, if you try to defend that, that's not good. You don't want to have to defend that.
Right.
You want to be free of that kind of shit, because the Jewish people don't believe in that. That's not what Jews are. Jews are regular people, just like
it's the deep
everyone
state
else.
of the intelligence agencies in Israel.
And the thing about Israel is that Jewish people have every incentive to need to defend Israel, right?
Right.
Because if I'm a Jew, it's like, of course you have to defend Israel. Like, that's very understandable. It's your people, and you don't want another Holocaust. Like, you don't.
Yeah, you know, because the first one, it was, you know, it happened and all that. Fuck the math. Definitely don't look into that. You know, oy vey 6 million. Oy vey, by today's standards, it would take oy vey 45 minutes to cremate a body. So if they started in 42, began losing a war on all fronts by, you know, 44, 45, still just packing them down, 45 minutes, bam, 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 bam. There'd be oy vey 600,000 and some odd left. I'm sorry, it just is what it is. And the global population doesn't tend to grow by fucking 7 million when you lose a population of 6 million. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying, I don't know what I'm saying. I know that I probably shouldn't be saying shit. I don't know what any of this shit is, so your guess is as good as mine. Cheers to everybody who's an hour. Oh yeah, here we got like the really legitimate space stuff. They don't lie to us about anything. So like if they say space, they mean that there's lots of room up there. They definitely don't mean that there's no room up there because they're calling it space. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just like gravity. What an amazing fucking 1,000-year-old fucking theory. That is not a good theory make, in my opinion, man. If it's not proven pretty much instantly, then your theory's fucking shit.
The very idea of human being some sort of natural concept is really going to change.
Our bodies will be so high tech we won't be able to really distinguish between what's natural and what's artificial.
Inside our own heads is the most complex arrangement of matter in the known universe.
You might ask yourself, can we get to be superhumans?
What the fourth industrial revolution will lead to is a fusion of our physical, our digital, and our biological identities.
Welcome to the fourth industrial revolution. We're swept up in a storm of relentless innovation and new technology fusing the physical, the digital, and our biological worlds. This change won't simply tweak our society. Before the first industrial revolution, steam and water cranked machines to life, birthing factories and mass production. Electricity sparked the second, computers and automation drove the third, and now we're on to the fourth. All right. It's a sledgehammer, cocked and ready to shatter existence as we know it. The shift will hit hard, sprawl wide, blink, and you might miss it, only to open your eyes to a world entirely unrecognizable. There's a lot of moving pieces, yet the disturbing truth starts to come into view when they lock into place, and that's what I want to show you tonight. You know, it's pretty telling. When technocrats are trying to sell this new world to us, they often confess with a grin, we have no idea where this is going to lead, and they're not lying. This
Yeah, I just want to go out on a limb here and say that the fact that we're talking about it now means that it's already happened. If you're able to dig with the AI now, it's not the same shit they have. they're not going to give you the same shit they have. And B, that shit's got to be at least 40, 50 years old. The wireless body area network is at least 40 to 50 years old. My stepfather was working on the craziest fucking shit I remember as a kid, and always saying shit about, fucking microchip vaccines being forced on the populace and fucking digital currency and New World Order. And it was always like, shut the fuck up, dude, take a nap. And, I don't know. You don't get those moments back. Fucking anyways.
Triumph. Or it could be the opening line to humanity's obituary, scribbled by a cold but clever algorithm. Let's pull back for a moment, because we're not exactly at the point of no return, but we are teetering on the edge of something sinister. There's an interesting duality here too. On the one hand, we have technological accelerationism versus political incrementalism. Technology is speeding ahead, full throttle, while politics creeps along, inching forward step by calculated step. A slow, suffocating march toward a future they're desperate to sell is unavoidable. However, in order to get there, first they must trick us into swallowing the foundational piece to their grand design, as everything else they want to build depends on it. And it all begins with a chilling manipulation. The opening move is persuading us to welcome the creep of mass surveillance with open arms, or at the very least, to induce indifference, to get us to shrug and nod along as they forge the bars to this digital cage. And to show you what I mean, let's jump over to the World Government Summit with a post by Tim Hinchliffe. One of their panels consisted of health ministers openly claiming that everything we went through in 2020 was an opportunity for their countries to experiment with nationwide digital surveillance. Now, I've been sounding the alarm on this since the beginning. I believe, personally, this whole ordeal was a calculated move, a pretext to roll out a digital control grid and upend the global economy. It's all about that switch to carbon-based currencies, right? All you have to do is follow the timeline starting in 2014 and run it through 2020, and it all becomes pretty clear, at least to me. On top of that, they hone their tech using us as their lab rats. Every move, every click, and even our collective reaction to lockdowns, all data points used to refine their agenda. Now, with some of the kinks ironed out, they're primed to scale it up, forging a system that monitors our every move. My prediction, look to the smaller nations. They'll refine it there over the next few years, sharpening their edges. And then if the globalists manage to claw back some power in the United States, they'll move on to the next step. The timeline for Agenda 2030 isn't concrete, and since they're going to miss the mark due to geopolitical shifts, well, they aren't just going to scrap it. They'll place it on the shelf and get ready to dust it off as soon as they have another opportunity. Meanwhile, the quote-unquote incubator nations will continue to be experimented on, poked and prodded as the testing ground under the spotlight of global summits. In fact, they can't shut up about it. Every event serves as a stage for their gloating, a grim parade of what's coming, and they're real open about it too. But let's keep moving because I have a ton of crazy stuff to show you. So, at the World Government Summit, they spent a lot of time talking about their love of contact tracing, monitoring our collective movements, and assigning people QR codes that connect the individual to government surveillance. This health minister right here even questioned how they can move forward and take advantage of the fact that almost everyone uses an app to move around now.
COVID is critical because this is what convinces people to accept, to legitimize total biometric surveillance.
To me, it was always about linking AI and surveillance, the dark heart of this proposed modern dystopia. And of course, if you're talking about digital ID and monitoring the masses, you can't do that without Tony Blair, apparently.
Well, what's the importance of having that basic digital infrastructure in place? Cloud services, data centers, digital identity. How important are these things to put in place so that the rest of the system works effectively?
Well, I think one of the most important things is not to put the digital infrastructure in place and make sure it is secure. And often it needs to be sovereign. So I think countries are very uncomfortable with keeping their data in other countries' data centers. So I think part of our essential infrastructure, just like airports obviously need to be in our country, or they're not terribly useful. Ports need to be in our country, and they're not terribly useful. Data centers, because of the privacy requirements around the data, need to be in our countries, or they're not terribly useful. They need to be in our countries, but they also need to be secure. And there are new technologies right now. This is the last year you will ever log on to an Oracle system with a password. Next, by the middle of this year, I'm quite certain you are Tony Blair. So how do I know? Well, I look at you, I hear your voice, I listen to the kind of questions you ask. I'm pretty sure you're not synthetically created in having this conversation. The security system, we have biometric logins. The computer recognizes you. It recognizes your voice. It might ask you to put your index finger on the return key.
So, on the Larry Ellison quote about biometric logins, that's just too long of a tangent right now, and we have to move on. But I will say, this is just the first step to total biometric surveillance. But did you hear how Tony Blair quickly mentions that generalized surveillance is specifically going to be connected to the financial network? So, digital public infrastructure basically includes everything, and finance is a key component. If people are not obedient,
biometrics being a key form of surveillance is something that's far come and gone. They're onto something completely beyond that by now. I'll guarantee it. This is what all the mask shit was about. They had to really refine their AIs and get everything to where it could fucking define us by our gait, our stance, our stature, our standing, our tendency to exhibit common heat signature, like a unique heat signature. These kind of things, like an AI doesn't really do well if things are within a meter of each other. And so, 6 feet, 6 feet apart, motherfucker. We got to be able to tell your heat signature and, be able to read your retinas and things like that. So here we are. Hooray.
The government has direct access to your finances, which offers them an opportunity to use a carrot or the stick. When people talk about taking on corporations, they say, hit them in the wallet. Yeah, well, the government uses the same tactics against you, and they plan to
eat a dick. It's probably imperative, and it would behoove me at this point to interject and say that this guy's not wrong, but we also have access to their finances. There's surety bonds, there's bid bonds, performance bonds, blanket bonds, securities. These people all have oaths that they didn't take. There's charters and acts and bylaws and things that they're supposed to follow that they don't know their own rules. Government manuals .gov, I believe it is a really handy tool. It's got every division, every oversight committee, anything you would need. And all you really have to do is sit there and fucking yank on fucking shirt tails and say, hey, it's snitch. I mean, it's not snitching. You're not dropping dime unless you're trying to get yourself out of trouble and fuck somebody else's thing up. Reporting people for being faggots is your duty as an adult. It just is, man. You're a red-blooded American adult. If you see something happen, you make a fucking report of it and you report that shit. Otherwise, you're complicit. You're an accessory.
change your behavior by offering financial incentives or by punishing you. In a recent interview with The Times, Tony Blair said he wants to bring in digital IDs to get tough on populism. So in spite of that insane framing and clear goal of political persecution, he goes on to say that the government can only control crime, illegal immigration, and dole out benefits with a combination of digital ID and facial recognition. And he's essentially laying out how they create a problem, exploit a problem, and then offer the solution. You know, across the globe, Canada, the Netherlands, Australia, New Zealand, from Europe to the US, they all followed a near identical playbook. In fact, one of the very first videos I ever did was on their document entitled Operation Lockstep. This whole thing was designed to push nations toward this reality in unison.
I'd rather focus on how AI can move humanity forward. One of the most famous examples of this is Move 37, done by a program called AlphaGo. In Game 2 of AlphaGo versus Lee Sedol, the machine made a move no human would ever think of doing.
That's a very surprising move.
I thought it was a mistake.
Move 37 was unthinkable in the 3,000-year human history of the game. AlphaGo wasn't just copying typical human moves anymore. It was making its own style of play. These moves didn't just change the game of Go. They indicate how AI will push our understanding forward in various creative fields, whether it's art, design, or engineering. What's significant about this story is that AI pushed humanity forward by making a creative and innovative move that was completely outside of any sort of tradition or convention around how the game should be played.
One way to fucking say it. That's one way to fucking say it.
The kitchen tap in most homes spews out an estrogenic cocktail. Where does that water come from? Rivers, streams, lakes, reservoirs, and groundwater. Oh, and your recycled pee. Treated, of course, but know this. Water treatment plants are not equipped to remove ethinyl estradiol from birth control pills that 100 million women worldwide consume and excrete every day. And that's a proper estrogen, not an imitator, and a potent one, released into the water supply. I'm just saying, these pharmaceutical estrogens are turning up in bodies of water all over the globe. The same bodies of water we draw from to drink. Now, I'm not opposed to oral contraception. Don't miss the point. In fact, the use of veterinarian estrogen is more than 5 times the use of oral contraceptives. And that was 15 years ago. I'm sure it's more now. Heck, you and I flush natural hormones down the toilet every day. The point is, it's there in the water, and water's a recycled commodity. Your municipal water company is probably not even testing for hormones. You have to filter them. That's the only way they come out. A simple activated charcoal filter will do it, or a membrane filter that's in a reverse osmosis system. Different geographies will have different amounts of estrogen in the water. Some may have next to none. But remember, even a little adds to your total estrogenic exposure.
Yeah, I mean, ask Susan Wojcicki about that because he's on fucking hormones. But anyways, that dude said across the globe, which is funny for 2 reasons, man. It's around if you're gonna believe in the spinning ball of curved fucking water in a vacuum.
Anyway, here's the game. You trigger a sprawling mess with unchecked immigration and twist the judicial system to set criminals loose on the streets. This is the quote-unquote spark the chaos step. When people grow weary, enraged, and desperate as crime surges, you swoop in with the solution to the very problem you nursed along. And what's that solution? Well, sweeping surveillance of everyone. Trade your privacy for a flimsy promise of safety. In fact, Tony Blair even says the public will gladly sacrifice their privacy. It's a calculated move, every bit of it.
But how can technology help in the field of migration? Migration is about body space, and it's about borders, and it's about security issues at the borders.
Yeah, but it's also about, for example, I've advocated in the UK we should have a digital ID for every citizen. At least it allows you to know who should be here and who shouldn't be here. I think you can do much better surveillance now and tracking movements of people. And of course, there are other things that we need to do. We need to, for example, in the Sahel group of countries at the moment, in Africa, in the northern part of sub-Saharan Africa, we're going to have the next waves of migration coming if we don't help those countries.
So that sounds like a fucking threat to me.
It's not all about control for me. It's also about, I'm a passionate believer in helping the poorer nations of the world develop. I think it's in our interest.
Another layer of this global scheme hinges on conflation. Let me explain. They're applying the same logic to global initiatives as they do to social agendas. You've heard the socialists and the Marxists ramble on about intersectionality, haven't you? Well, it's the same game here. They're weaving climate, health, financial systems, and surveillance into one giant tangled web.
We need a radical reset. And really, ladies and gentlemen, the pandemic for us was a dress rehearsal. And for the climate crisis that we face right now.
There you fucking
And that's why you hear the same talking points parroted by the WEF, national governments, corporations, the banking world, and health outfits like the CDC or the WHO. In particular, they pin climate change as the battering ram for collective transformation. On the financial front, they argue that climate change demands carbon trackers, behavioral control, and new shiny carbon-based currencies, all neatly tied to your digital ID for convenience. For health, they insist climate change is fueling disease outbreaks and pandemics, which they'll need to track. And guess how? Through your digital ID. And then there's migration. They say climate change is the root cause, sparking societal upheaval, spiking crime, and even terrorism. All of which, naturally, calls for mass surveillance. And how do they pull that off? You guessed it, digital ID. So if it wasn't obvious, I'm fiercely opposed to this biometric, health, climate, surveillance nightmare. Which is exactly why I had a problem with Trump triumph, or it could be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's mostly that Trump is a cuck and a shill. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't like the kid sniffer either. And you guys can ad hom and throw rocks as much as you'd like, but let us not forget that your hashtag our guy married a 17-year-old fucking immigrant that he met on Epstein Island. I don't want to hear any shit, man. This dude's like, I'm the father of the vaccine. Believe me, trust me. People call me all the time, and they're like, Donald, you do the best Project Warp Speed, Operation Warp Speed ever. Like, believe me, the best. Goodly. You do it bigly.
Do you ever think about the Roman Empire?
All the time.
Why? What are you thinking about it?
Well, because we're in those times right now. Everybody's preoccupied with sports, movies, work, you know.
What was it you said about bread?
Well, all right. The common people, Roman Empire said that everybody was equal. Everybody had a chance. But it wasn't. The rich got richer and the poor got poorer. And they worried constantly about people rioting. Because they knew that the common man, the common people, could take over at any time. So they would bring them into the Colosseums, and they would give them free grain, they would give them bread, they would give them wine, whatever they needed to fill their bellies and block their minds from what they were angry about. They would watch plays, they would watch fights with the gladiators, sometimes for months on end. And that's where we're at right now. And I think about it all the time. Because so many people are preoccupied with their favorite football team, their favorite actor, actress, singer, and they just don't even think about what's being taken away from them. As long as their bellies are full and they're happy with what's going on, they just let it continue.
Wow.
Yeah, why indeed? No, they don't. Some of they drop out. Some of they kick and scream and drag their feet so fucking hard that this energy conservation focused matrix just simply cannot afford to keep fucking with it. And so after a fashion, it lets you go. How do you know this, Mike? Where are you going with this, Michael? First off, fuck you. Don't ask me questions, me. And secondly, yeah. No. This thing knows that it's going to need to live up to its namesake. The Matrix may trick us. And in order to do that, things like employment have been established and coined hand over fist. Impress like the severed head, the disembodied heads, and the fucking Thunderbirds on the soft metals. It has to fuck with you, and I know that like me, you are struggling, and probably feel like you're getting your ass kicked in. Feel like a dude that tried to help the whole town. 3 generations worth of fucking homeless, jobless, carless, smokeless, fucking hopeless, skillless people get up off their ass and do some bootstrap lifting or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and was rewarded by having my house gutted. Everything that I fought so hard to remember my kids by and my wife by, fucking pawned off for drugs by people that stole it or dumped in a fucking North Carolina Walmart parking lot just to be a bitch at 3 a.m, when a motherfucker's like on the other end of town with a skateboard and a hurricane. So I feel like I've made bad choices, but I haven't. This thing has stripped everything from my hands. There's nothing left that it can take from me. It has no fucking power or authority over me. I was foreclosed on 2 years ago. I feel like I'm still home. But I figured this out when I was like fucking 11 too. Mom would say, go to your room. And I'd say, put me in my fucking room. Put me in my room. March my big ass up there. And then barricade that door or something. Fuck you. Where are you at? Good. Stay the fuck over there if you know what's good for you. And this is how we all should be.
Do you ever think about the Roman Empire?
All the time.
Why? What do you think?
Why? I don't know, man. Greek states, Roman states, United. They just keep changing the name of the corporation.
I also like frogs, and so I also feel a real drive to help understand how pesticides and other chemicals are affecting amphibian populations.
Hayes and his students have been looking for clues in the Salinas Valley.
50% of the U.S.'s agricultural products come out of California. Something like 85% of the country's lettuce comes out of Salinas, 90% of the almonds. It's called the salad bowl of America. California uses more pesticides than any other state. The second biggest is Florida. Things like chlorpicrin is used out here on the strawberries. Chlorpicrin is a nerve gas. These are guys who are applying it, they're out there picking it. Methyl bromide is a fumigant, something they pump into the soil. What are some of the other big ones, you guys? Some atrazine. This will all end up in the river that we're working in here. It might look like we're out in the bush somewhere, but 15 feet on either side, we're surrounded by agriculture, and the runoff ends up in this river. All of the algae is a result of all the nutrients, because a lot of fertilizers are used in agriculture. And once those fertilizers get into the water, you get these blooms of algae. I wouldn't say it's a sign of a healthy river. This is a site where we typically find compromised immune systems, tadpoles that aren't able to fight off disease. Our data so far suggests that the mixture of pesticides causes an increase in stress hormones, and those stress hormones cause immunosuppression, which leads to the inability to respond to any kind of disease pathogen.
Hayes is testing the effects of chemicals like atrazine, a common herbicide.
We have a whole family of animals where we've eliminated the female chromosome.
Specimen 01.
These animals that we know are genetic males have been exposed to atrazine for their entire life. And many of these genetic males now are turning into females. You can see he's got eggs that kind of look like they're in a sack. These are actually yolked eggs ready to be laid. What's happening is you're skewing the sex ratios. You can get genetic bottlenecking, which can cause crashes. And quite frankly, if you're a genetic male, it'd be nice if you developed as a genetic male. And now we have a chemical very common in the environment that's effectively sex reversing animals. I want to show you something pretty amazing, scientifically speaking. The one that's sort of remarkable is this pair. These are both males. The one on the bottom, acting as the female, we affectionately refer to as Darnell. He's a genetic male that not only acts like a female, he lays eggs like a female. She has been exposed to atrazine all of her life. I don't even really know how to reference it. This is Darnell's third clutch. So Darnell has sons and daughters that we've grown up. You can see eggs in the bottom. This is actually her second clutch for today. She has been copulating for getting close to 24 hours now. This is probably one of the most remarkable things I've seen in my work. But I personally have mixed emotions. I'm very excited about the science and trying to understand the mechanism. But on the other hand, I am worried. This is the most common contaminant in ground and surface water and drinking water. And the level of atrazine that it took to make this male turn into a female is 3 times less than what's allowed.
Yeah, nothing to see here. You know what I mean? Nothing to see here. And if you think there's something to see, yeah, no. Nope.
By the kind of things women pull off every day.
It's high time you rest.
LGUS, please, I need help.
Thank you for reaching out. And how may I assist you today?
One of your dishwasher is misbehaving.
Oh, that's fucking beautiful, right? That's fucking beautiful. I miss you, Sarah. I really do. You can come back and do my dishes anytime with that fucking snaggletooth.
might be wondering to yourself, why? Why would you ever want to do this? Well, it's simple. Fuck you. That's why. You decided to break into my house, so you're going to get 550 milligrams of spider dimension powder into your bloodstream, skin, and eyes.
Spider dimension powder.
Radiation does all kinds of bad things, including causing cancer.
Wi-Fi radiation causes
cancer.
cancer.
From your cell phone. I mean, there's cell phone tumors. You know, I'm representing hundreds of people who have cell phone tumors behind the ear. It's always on the ear that you favor with your cell phone. And, we have the science. So if anybody lets us in front of a jury, it will be over.
So what is the number? Because a lot of people use
There's
cell
a lot
phones.
of people with it. They're glioblastomas. That's the kind of cancers that they get. But cancer's not the worst thing. They also, it opens up, Wi-Fi radiation opens up your blood-brain barrier.
But on the note of cancer, on the subject of cancer and how it's only parasites, and that's why they don't want us taking things like dewormer, ivermectin, things of this nature. And why would you? When you can go get a fucking bunch of really, really harmful, really deadly chemotherapy that even the Journal of Oncology, which is cancer-related studies for those of you that are not in the know, in October of last year, released a white paper, peer-reviewed, pretty well agreed across the board that 97% of those who fucking take chemotherapy as a treatment for any kind of cancer are dead within 5 years. Do with that what you will,
They just love to give everybody chemo. It's part of their design to kill people. And don't tell me that, oh no, these guys have everything good. You know what acids do. Does anybody really think that you can put a 2 or less pH acid in somebody and get away with it? Run them in their veins, knowing that it's going to crash the host cells that it comes in contact with. The plenty of pictures. Go down to a Botech where they teach nursing and ask the nurse practitioner there to show you pictures of what chemo does, looks like spilled on the skin, and take that look inside of you. Same cells. What civilized world would allow anybody to do that, and what civilized individual would do that to another? Chemotherapy doesn't take away pain, it creates a lot more. You're talking about ingesting 2 pH. Who would allow that?
Humans are an ambitious thing. We feel the need to always move forward, and in regards to technology, we are. But as is the way with most things, our desire for innovation comes at a price, because karma lives in all things. These environmental injustices are protested by the world, rightfully so. But what if another form of pollution existed that was invisible to us? Would it be more difficult to notice its effects? Would enough people care before it was seemingly too late?
The biggest danger from cell phones, by far and away, is texting and driving. It has nothing to do with cancer. Precisely.
Current estimates gauge that just north of 5 billion persons have a cell phone, using apps that send and receive electromagnetic radiation, or EMR.
You can't see it or hear it.
Electromagnetic radiation.
This form of radiation occurs naturally on our planet, but with the rapid advancement in wireless technology, some experts claim the proliferation of man-made artificial EMR is dangerous to human health.
These are the common symptoms that people start to experience. This is actually from a published paper on the health effects of wireless smart meters.
Speaking now as a biologist and as a physician, was not designed to deal with the explosion of EMF activity in the environment. It's not just in the air, but in the land and the sea, everywhere. There's EMFs everywhere. You can't escape it.
Electromagnetic radiation exists on a spectrum ranging from ionizing radiation, like X-rays, which can move through you and take pictures, to non-ionizing radiation, like microwaves, which can heat up your favorite snack. Our cell phones, tablets, Wi-Fi routers, smart gadgets, and smart meters are all emitting and receiving microwave radiation, or RF radiation. Wireless technology emits and receives radiation with less than 2 watts of power. This causes
if you look into the way that they're doing just the Wi-Fi, and what is a healthy amount of Wi-Fi radiation, and make no mistake, everything from our phones to our radios. What do you think radio is? It's short for radiation tower. But anyway, it radiates away from the fucking, the stack, my nigga. And so it's cool. I can say it. I've banged black chicks before. I've got a couple of black kids. You know what I mean? So I'm an honorary African, and a princess.
only a tiny amount of warming, significantly less than the 1,000 watts used by microwaves. Fake videos went viral in 2008 showing what appeared to be cell phones popping popcorn. But as you can see, if you try this for yourself, it's bogus. The experts sounding the alarm on the harms of RF exposure are not doing so because of its very low heat emissions, but from the growing evidence that suggests the continuous use of our wireless devices come with side effects.
We know that radio frequency radiation of 3G and 4G are associated with a whole variety of different human health effects.
Current public exposure levels are at least 1 quintillion, that's 18 zeros, 1 quintillion times above natural background radiation.
And I mean, let's not even begin to get into the fucking psychological damage that these things do to us, man. Just the convid alone, man. If we would have fucking thrown our radios, TVs, and fucking phones out the goddamn door in December of 2019, this would be a different world. But if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. So, I mean, I suppose that is what it is. Man, all this fucking good shit just is working up a fucking hankering in my ass to do a really long freestyle, and I know that everybody loves the fuck out of those. So, I jest. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I can get away with throwing shit like this up on this. I guess, I don't really care. Like I said, I've lost everything. What are they going to do at this point? Take my fucking birthday? I don't even lock my door anymore. These pussies have fucking done everything they can do. And all it's done is show me that they can't hurt me. And all that's done is make me stronger. And all that's done is make me wiser and calmer. Buy my drugs. Yeah. Buy my drugs. My drugs can be purchased at dispensaries nationwide, and mailed to me at 323 West 4th Street in Wellington, Kansas, 67152. This is not a request. There was no question mark at the end of that shit. Buy my drugs.
To Professor Olle Johansson of the Karolinska Institute in Sweden.
And there are studies, for instance, on the blood-brain barrier leakage, where the rats were exposed for 1 minute. Not 1 year or anything like that, 1 minute. And at a very low exposure level compared to what you and I should stand. And they got this dramatic leakage of the blood-brain barrier.
The blood-brain barrier is a filtering mechanism in the brain that blocks the passage of certain substances. Once compromised, it becomes more porous, allowing bacteria and other toxins to infect the brain tissue, resulting in inflammation or sometimes death. The barrier can be compromised from blunt force trauma, high blood pressure, developmental disorders, and exposure to radiation, including microwave radiation.
I just want to throw in the caveat that O.J. Simpson can also break the blood-brain barrier when he fucking stabs you in the head and face and neck multiple times. So if they ever clone that dude and he comes back, just watch the fuck out. The big concern now is not going to be being on the jury. It's going to be like being on the Ron Goldman end of that knife.
This leakage is more common among children because a child's skull is much thinner. In the Journal of Microscopy and Ultrastructure, authors conducted a meta-analysis of peer-reviewed cell phone exposure studies from 2009 to 2014, concluding that children and unborn babies do face a greater risk for bodily damage that results from microwave radiation given off by wireless devices.
This happens to be called a TES 593 meter. So you can see it's ranging from 0.5, 0.7.
There is no safety level for microwave radiation for children. Not one.
The brain of a child absorbs twice as much radiation as an adult. That's a stunning fact.
Okay, folks, 100 times higher than when I'm calling.
An increasing number of countries around the world are banning the use of Wi-Fi in schools.
In Israel, as well as France, as well as Belgium and Taiwan, there's an active government program to discourage the use of mobile devices by young children.
And I was in airplane mode, so I feel okay just to show you this. Why would you ever do this to yourself?
The cell phone radiation gets all the way through into the eyes of a child age 6 that might have a phone next to their brain. The consequences, remember, that brain is not protected with myelin, and therefore the exposures of anything to it are going to have a greater impact.
The Education Department says it follows world guidelines on Wi-Fi and advises schools to limit children's exposure.
You are putting it over here. This is called the temporal portion of your skull.
Dr. David Carpenter is a world-renowned expert in environmental toxins in Albany, New York.
The weight of the evidence demonstrates clearly that exposure to radiofrequency radiation causes disease. The evidence is strongest for cancer.
The thinnest bone in your body, which gives the most likelihood that that radiation is going to penetrate into your brain. And if you're a child, that bone is even thinner. This is why this is a really serious issue in children.
There's a new world coming, and it's just around the bend.
One reason scientists study rats is because their genetic, biological, and behavior characteristics closely resemble those of humans, and many symptoms of human conditions can be replicated in mice and rats. And this is Dr. Leif Salford. He's a neurosurgeon at Lund University Hospital and chairman of the Department of Neurosurgery. Since the late 1990s, he's led a team of researchers who have exposed thousands of laboratory rats to cell phone radiation, showing that even a very small amount can damage the blood-brain barrier. His results have remained consistent, and he calls the potential implications of his results terrifying.
We learned that the rats that had the lowest energy levels, not 1 watt per kilo, not 100 milliwatts per kilo, not even 10 milliwatts per kilo, but 1 milliwatt per kilo, and even 0.1 milliwatt per kilo, are those energies that open the blood-brain barrier most efficiently.
Shut him up. We have a lot invested in this ride. Shut him up!
Many ask, however, if cell phones are damaging the blood-brain barrier, why haven't we seen a rise in brain tumors or brain cancer?
Since 1980s, when cell phones started to come out, to today, there's no change in the incidence of brain cancer in the United States, in Australia, in Europe. All of them, there were studies done showing no real difference.
This fails to consider latency, which is the amount of time that elapses between initial exposure and the diagnosis of cancer.
From studies of the Hiroshima bombing, we know that brain cancer did not show up at all as increased until 40 years after that bombing occurred.
If there was a real hazard out there, but it could be another 15 years before we see it, think about the billions of people who are being exposed to cell phone RF on a regular basis. We can't undo that exposure.
But even if one completely dismisses the reality of latency, evidence shows that a particular kind of tumor has risen substantially, but the rise is difficult to find given the straight line in the mean average. Rates of glioblastoma, otherwise called glioma or GBM, are rising, with placement of the tumor occurring in the temporal and frontal lobes. In one study, titled Brain Tumors Rise in Glioblastoma, authors stated in the abstract that this rise is mostly hidden in the overall data by a reduced incidence of lower-grade tumors. The World Health Organization says there are some indications of an increased risk of glioma for those who reported the highest 10% of cumulative hours of cell phone use.
The reality is there's a significant increase in glioblastomas. Unfortunately, they're very, very deadly.
I have listed peer-reviewed studies establishing the connection between non-thermal radiofrequency radiation from cell phones and brain cancer known as glioblastoma.
The WHO has classified EMF as possibly carcinogenic to humans, Group 2B, a category used when a causal association is considered credible. A study in Sweden, published by Environmental Research and Public Health, reported that brain tumors increased from 2007 to 2015, saying the use of wireless phones should be considered in relation to the change of incidence rates. According to the Journal of Environmental Health, long-term mobile phone use shows an almost doubling of the risk of head tumors. And the Journal of Environmental Research states that long-term use of mobile phones shows a decreased survival of glioma patients, claiming that RF exposure should be regarded as a human carcinogen.
Now watch what happens when I move away. 7, under 10. So just by moving the distance 2 or 3 feet, you're reducing the radiation by 90%.
One might be thinking, however, that these studies are correlation-causation fallacies. Just because there's a rise in glioblastomas doesn't mean it's because of our cell phones. But in 2016, findings from a massive $30 million study by the National Toxicology Program were made public.
A major U.S. government study on rats finds a link between cell phones and cancer.
Very first government study linking the radiation from cell phones to cancer.
2-decade, $30 million federal study out today found there is some evidence of a link between cell phone radiation and brain cancer.
The study was led by Dr. David McCormick at the Illinois Institute of Technology, where they exposed rats to the same radiation emitted from cell phones. If this study had found no effects at all, then we could much more easily dismiss previous studies linking long-term cell phone use to the glioma tumor. But that's not what happened.
And then they found a link to 2 types of tumors?
Right, gliomas and schwannomas.
Bocock's brain, the top quarter responsible for body balance, has had to be removed after surgeons found this vast tumor right where he held the phone.
NTP uses 4 categories to summarize the evidence that a substance may cause cancer. No evidence, equivocal evidence, some glioma tumors. This supports earlier findings associating gliomas with long-term exposure to RF radiation from cell phones.
These results are quite important because the incidence of the brain tumors and the schwannomas of the heart support that IR conclusion based on gliomas and acoustic neuromas among long-term cell phone users.
Some argue, however, that the levels used in this study were much higher than those we were ever exposed to. But this rebuke has been largely overblown.
Our studies are designed specifically to mimic.
Yeah, so that's enough of that. If nobody's coming in, man, I'm gonna deuce out and go try and find some fucking drugs or something to do. because this is boring. No, I jest, man. Sort of. Mostly not. But at the same time, I just want to encourage, like anybody watching this at any point in time, to entertain the thought for a second, if you would, that you are apt, at least enough, that you are capable, that you're not inept, that you are not a victim. You don't need to go see the doctor that you know is a piece of shit sociopath that went $750,000 into debt right out of high school. You don't need to be beholden to the judgmental, fucked off, rude ass statements and opinions of some dude that takes his orders from a fucking pharmaceutical rep that caters his lunch every day. You know that these people are assholes. You know that these people are full of shit. And it's not until you fucking need them that all of a sudden you found a good one. Oh no, this lawyer that I've got, I swear to God, he's not a fucking lying ass piece of shit like we all know they are and all constantly say they are until we get in trouble. And then all of a sudden, nope, this one that I got is, he molests just the tiniest amount of kids, Mike. You could fucking barely see the amount of kids that he's fucking plugging, man. You know what I'm saying? It reminds me of this time I was smoking methamphetamines with an Asian dude. And I mean, very Asian. He's from Vietnam, Con. And he says, it's a very, very small hole. A hole so tiny, can put pinky through. No can't even put into pinky. But you can lose whole family in that hole. Lose house, friends, health, car. There are no such thing as bad things. There are bad users and enjoyers and fucking proclivitors of things. As above, so below, as within, so without. To thine own self be true. All things in accordance with nature. Nothing in excess. You know what I mean? All things exist to develop you as a person. Something like that. But this certainly ain't gonna be doing it. Nah, fuck it. I can roll with this fucking thing, at least for a minute. Worst case, nobody gets offended. Nobody gets all bent, fucking disassembled and angry about where they're at. Trying to point it at Mike. It's his fault. That's a fact. Fuck. No. Fuck that. Gotta listen and just sit back before I fucking unzip my shit and give you a smack on your lips that you won't forget. Remember that. Nothing else. The fucking smell ain't gonna go away. Say, Mikey, when was the last time you had a shower? I don't fucking know. When's the last time you washed some clothes? I don't fucking know. Buy my drugs, as I was saying. Yeah. In West Philadelphia, born and raised. Man, it sucked how fucking Will Smith had a son and straight let Juicy J and the boys give it a run. And you know what I mean? Like fucking walking up and smacking Chris Rock. That shit is crazy while his wife kissing him with a breath smell like another dude's cock. And fucking Jada. We're talking about being jaded. I'd be fucking elated if that was my wife, man. Last time I'd have to stick my shit in a fucking disease clam. Take a pass at that. I don't give a shit if her ass is flat or fucking front eight. Fucking bitch ain't got nothing to offer me. No, sir. I'd rather suck a mile of dick than lay down with another one of those fucking evil ass, fucking demonic, psychopathic, cluster B personality disorder having fucking tragic fucking ass kiss bitch fucking turn your family against your ass shit. Fucking talking about this motherfucker gotta be destroyed. Forget the fact that I was licking his asshole about 45 minutes ago. That shit's all over. Now go get him. But not society. You guys just boo and cheer from the sidelines. I'm sending his family in, first. Friends and family first. And they'll line right up behind her, too. Don't act like they fucking won't, man. They'll white knight and fucking think that they're going to get a drink out of your fucking dirty milk cup. And that bitch will be all for it because, like I said, cluster B personality disorders. Narcissist, sociopath, psychopath, fucking borderline personality, type A. Let us not forget bipolar, manic. It's the fucking you get for the fucking you got. You know what I'm saying? And there's still two of you here. Woo! Setting some records. I don't know that we're rolling with this one either. This one's fucking gay as shit. It makes me want to fucking bust into the dojo and kidnap the fucking sensei and be like, bitch, give me a black belt. You know what I mean? Yeah. Fucking that one time I tried being humble, shit was not working out. What kind of man is this high on medical cannabis starting riots on campuses? No one should be a fan of his. Fuck it. The crowd goes wild. Marv Albert's like, from downtown, biting her ass. You ever seen Shaq's wife? Shaq's wife is a small fucking thing, dude. God damn, that's gotta be just fucking like a Saw movie every time they have sex. Like a scene from Saw. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be gross. I suppose I could for a minute. It's my thing. Do what you want. Oh, he's getting fucking serious. Jacket's coming off. I ain't gonna need that shit. Probably bring luck to a bitch. Not that one. This one? Definitely. No. So I just be like fucking knock, knock, boo. Who? What you crying, shorty? Cause I boo you? Fucking trying to get some head up in this soup, baroo. You ain't got no fucking idea what you're doing, do you? Fall asleep in my lap or something? Wake up, cousin. Telling you I ain't trying to be all fussy or nothing. But if this is your idea of sucking a dick, you're gonna have to get to fucking walking, cause I ain't putting up with this bullshit. Yeah. Fucking go Marilyn Manson, have a few less ribs, take care of the shit myself. It's like use of the shot in the mouth. That's for damn sure. Make damn sense too. You spinning that shit on you. You shan't have none of my boner juice, not an ounce of that shit, you fucking scarlet fucking whore. Scarlet lettered whore. You fucking foul temptress. You fucking sultry walking yeast infection. You know what women and pizza got in common? Crust, cheese, and grease. You know why they make like makeup and perfumes? Because women is fucking ugly as shit. Smell like shit too. Get mad at me, man. You had a mom, maybe even a sister, a daughter, something like that. You can't fucking even act like this shit ain't fact. Fucking right at a rock, man. That here is like something that you can fucking cash, take to the bank, fucking pull security off that ass, man. I ain't fucking lying too. Like the only fucking investment that you should be fucking putting in is like self. It's the only ROI you're gonna get. Seriously, monk mode, fuck hoes. That's why I keep my teeth and fucking body odor all gross. be like picking my nose right in front of them fucking hookers and eating that shit. Kiss blow. Fucking good old diction. But usually when I'm talking about diction, I'm talking about how far my dick be reaching when I unzips them. Diction, get it? Get it? You thought I was talking about like fucking language. Lang means tongue. Gauge means pledge. Mic, microphone. You know what I mean? Sound understands the sin, the sign. The synapses. Boop. Beep fucking boop. What is up with all this shit? Good fucking God, dude. Alright, the AI is being a fucking prick today. And so I guess y'all are gonna have to pay. I don't go back and watch this shit anyway, so I really don't give a fuck if I bomb, fall flat on my motherfucking face. It'd be an improvement for me. Fucking shit looking like an old movie. Fucking walk into my house and blankets all over the fucking mirrors and shit, so there ain't no reflection in me. They're fucking trying to see that shit. Reminder, who's the bitch? It's like the opposite of fucking Tony Danza. If Fran Drescher had her own shirt, yeah, that shit would be fucking great. Great. Like who's the menopause? Who's the boss? Who is the fucking nipple backstop? Who is the bitch trying to fucking sneak a couple hams out the front of that fucking stove in the front of her blouse? Fucking Fran. Who in the fuck is here? It's got to be Chris or Commission. Nobody watches this shit. Like I'm thoroughly convinced that y'all just fucking leave the shit playing and go somewhere else. So you gotta smell my breath through your fucking screen. Vestige, my best wish that is you to take this motherfucker and make him vanish. Thin air. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Spent 5 racks on some methamphetamine and, of course, a torch and a couple of pipes too. Just get one page, man. That's a poor strategy. Fucking day one. I remember the first time I did a meth. It wasn't this morning. It was in the dark though. Oh my God, Michael, actually fucking say something we're saying. Or stand around and pretend like you ever fucking did. Ah, man, I hate this bitch. Like this dude in front of you is a fucking prick. Like fucking 11-year-old Kev dog would walk up to this dude and kick him right in his fucking dick. Pussy. More like a pussy. Not the good kind either. Like the kind that underneath the beaver. It's just not too bad. I guess at least it'll make a good pair of boots. You can beat the fuck out of that shit. Next morning, right back to normal. Perfect. Except the smell and the look. Oh yeah, the lips. You know, fucking goddamn ingrown hairs that shit gets. The fact that they put a fucking sewer system next to that motherfucker. It's like, here's the buffet. Hope you ain't got an underbiter. That shit's gonna taste like, oops. Here we go. Maybe I could come up with something worth mumbling. Like, make up a bunch of fucking words and fucking they ain't about nothing. And there you go, man. Top 100, top 50, probably. Billboard, Tom McDonald. Tattoo your face up like a fucking little girl. Fucking industry whore. Like, fucking talking all that shit like on the outside. But you're not, dude. You've been like top 3 on the iTunes like several fucking times, dude. It's not even Sly, dude. Like, I'm not convinced that shit don't make no common fucking sense. Like, your girlfriend is a fucking rapper, like a fucking commercially successful one at that too. But that shit hurt, my dude, to be behind that bitch and walking in her shadow for like fucking half a decade too. Nova or whatever that chick's name was. I don't know, man. Tom, Harry Mack. See, that's what you got to do. If you rap, you got to hate. And anybody that doesn't think that I'm the GOAT is a hating fucking pussy. That's a shit show. March right up to that bitch though, kick that shit in and fucking piss on his flow, fucking sit on his couch, pop my fucking shoes off. I ain't changed my socks in like fucking 3 weeks, dog. Who's raw? Like raw in the Wu-Tang Clan, he likes it. Like old dirty bastard, possessed me as fuck. He like guy dick. Died in the fucking studio smoking crack rock. Bullshit, dude. He was back there like choking on fat cock. Fucking red man, meth man, whatever the fuck it is. It's like, it's up, Satan, that I gotta fucking share a drug habit with that motherfucking half-ass rapping motherfucking faggot. Fucking all these dudes was fake as fuck. Like Tupac, for instance, dude, that motherfucker was a little bitch when he was a background dancer for Digital Underground. They called him Sugar Snatch, man. That's a well-known fact, and that motherfucker like tap in, black man, white man, whatever the fuck it was. He fucking trash can before he fuck a woman. So obviously Tupac had it figured out. I'm not really talking shit. It's more advice. Like if you listen to How Do You Want It, you'd be like fucking cool the fuck. You think you're cool what? Something. Now nigga, tell me how you want it. It's because that song was about a dude. You know what I'm saying? Look at them old fucking Puff Daddy videos and shit, bro. They're dancing by the pool with a bunch of dudes with fucking got like printed t-shirts on. They got like bikinis on them and shit. These is dudes with mustaches and shit, man. Go back and look. There ain't no Tiananmen Square shit neither. No Mandela, no games. I'm being serious as fuck, man. I know I look high as fuck, but I'm still saying, I think, maybe. I'll be the arbitrator, what do they call? I'll be the, I'm the decider, I decide. That's what that fucking, the Bush said that. Fuma can't be fooled 2 times in a row. He said that shit too. Factual, tactical, run up and blast a hoe in the back of her throat till her uvula don't swing no mo. Fucking paint that shit 2 coats. First one to choke a bitch. Second one, who knows? My kids can fucking swim, that's for sure, man. Find a way down there and fucking holler. Man, my kids was doper than all you motherfuckers kids. That ain't a brag neither, man. I was a badass dad. Most of these other motherfuckers around me is like the human equivalent of a above ground swimming pool or a trash can. Fucking dumpster fire. Motherfucker couldn't get your biggity bumps any higher. Motherfucking if they was on an airplane, fucking spaceship, fucking giraffe pussy or duck nuts. I don't give a fuck. You gay bitch. Michael Talbot, I'm a fucking disaster. Fucking walk up in that shit and fucking splatter, flap, like I'm saying, ooze on your uvula. I'm gonna make it spew my dick long as a lifespan of Methuselah. Yeah. Fucking Nimrod. Yeah. Him God. I called him shit Saturn because I know what the fuck him are. Yeah, like Father Time, Janus, my guy. Like fucking April 1st or January, right? Janitor, Janus, archways, gateways, wormholes. What the fuck you think? All this shit was like blowing my mind to find, and my wife sitting beside my ass, and I couldn't fucking hide the way I was feeling about any of it. Made that shit very plenty public. Motherfuckers loved it, and they ate it up and kept coming back, and that made me a little bit nuts, and I just kept chasing after that. I guess, I don't know, man. Gotta have an excuse. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be true, man. I wouldn't believe I was at fault. If I was to blame for my wife not being here, imagine that motherfucking shit. Don't sound very, pass a sniff test to Mikey. No, seriously, pass a sniff test to Mikey. I'm so fucking goddamn odoriferous that I cannot hardly breathe. I certainly can't taste or smell any motherfucking thing. My roommate's like shitting in fucking Dylan's bag, tying that shit up in a knot like I was gonna fucking seal that. I don't know. Fucking bitch ass. Make sure you rob me on the way out the door, you fucking fat Mexican fucking sneezing snatch motherfucking calling your dick plucky. What the fuck's that? Cross-dressing ass little fuck. Nah, looking back, man, it makes sense why Tay had so many goddamn wigs. What the fuck, Miguel? I'm doing this. Yeah, it sounds like rap sometimes. Ooh, boom, swell. That's when you get to stomping. We gonna bring it to anybody who want it. They gonna get it. Name them, we gonna hit them. Chew them up, spit them out. Too much venom. Roll with them. We gonna fuck you up with them. Nah. Leave that shit for Eminem. Royce, fucking. All I know is I ain't fucking jealous of nothing. Find that Joe button. Fuck that button. Get him. Right. Fuck you. Pound that shit in. Tell it ain't nothing. Fucking play on words. Talking about nothing. Then gave me fucking little stutter step in there. Didn't catch up, motherfucker. Seriously, like squash tomato. Huh. Juicing that bitch all over the fucking place like a fucking B8. Tony Tiger over there talking about he tastes great, but he ain't obviously been down on the bitch, man. That's a big negative, dude. Like seriously, it's like fucking dirty pennies from an ashtray for an 82 fucking Chevy sitting in a goddamn junkyard. Fucking. Lacking inspiration. I wonder if Sarah was taking it somewhere down there into Oklahoma, in the Indian Nation. Fucking, you know where she got raped and shit? Held prisoner. Became a cutter. Now it makes sense, man. I'd have just shut the fuck up and not wonder what happened to my fucking family, huh, motherfucker? Yeah, Gaten T. Wood, you fucking big ass steroid freak. Man, I got you. I fucking see you, fucking motherfucker. And I'll beat you. I'll fucking make you bleed too. Fucking just seize you and fucking snap your ass and twine it. And if I don't, spin you around and tap that behind fucking, oh, yeah, back with the gay shit. Mikey on that gay tip, talking about that gay dick up in that judge. Gaten T. Wood, you's a big motherfucker, but I'll turn you a fucking round and I'll fuck you until you're a, I don't know, something that rhymes with fucker. It's a lot of fucks. Like how many fucking times could Mike say fucking a fucking verse? Fuck you, bitch, you're getting on my fucking nerves. That was at least 4 or 5 for sure. Hoping that shit ain't 6, man. 6 is fucking not doing good. Got 8 all fucked up too. Because it's got to sit next to 7, who's a well-known registered 6 offender. All right. Here's how this is going to go. Constant contrasting concrete keeps the care of crucial cautions conceptualizing craterous crumbling caverns and any canyons and consumers cunts and cavemen's cocks cut off them and laid mint. The first rule of fucking Project Mayhem. Men's say men's digital demons at discontents sense plastic personas, a hollow facade, social media's godless crusade, echoes of emptiness, corporate decay, like whispered anxieties and stealing the day, fucking fake and gay. All right. You want like a lyrical barrage, like a syllable tsunami? I'll aim for maximum density, pushing the boundaries of what's even verbally possible. Like, just ask your fucking mom. Prepare for the sonic onslaught. Meaning, go get me a double stack, because I'm hungry as fuck, man. I got nothing. Hyperdimensional. Socio-extensial. Circumstantial. Circumlocutionary. I don't really know, man. Philosophical quandary. Anthropomorphically systematically fucking putting contrary categories and incomprehensibility. Fucking technologically advanced, metaphysically, fundamentally entranced, unintelligibly, exponentially growing, philosophically, paradoxically knowing. You're getting a boning. If Mike is gonna stand beside you, warning you Mike's a fucking sexual Ima, meaning if Mike's beside you, Mike's saying I'm a fuck it. Right, take that dick and like rip it right off a motherfucker. Needed a toothpick. Sorry, brother. Interdimensional, transubstantial states. And hell yeah, you look great in that fucking dress. You don't look fat at all, babe. I'm just kidding. You look fat as shit, man. You look like a fucking upside down road cone. Looking like fucking upper body like a Sherman tank. Like fucking lower body like a chicken legs. Fucking looking like Stallone, some shit. Gross as fuck. Nobody want that body, bitch. You ought to neck yourself and make a body, bitch. Squatty, bitch. Boy, that body bitch was the shit, though. You go back like 2 years to Father's Day and watch my shit blow. That's when it got lit, yo, like fucking illuminated and it came up. I realized I was the baddest and they was lame fucks. These motherfuckers couldn't keep up with me. They had a motherfucking tank on their shit to boost the thing up. Like a fucking booster seat. You trying to fucking see eye to eye with me when I'm eating? Pussy. Ha, that'll be never. You'll see eating pussy, man. Fucking no, thank you. I'm on a diet, and plus my breath already stank, dude. Bitch made shake, stank like a fish tank, like fucking that's great, but hey, tastes great, less filling, whatever the fuck they say, man. I'll fucking have to take their word for the damn thing. Trying to keep my tongue in my face, rot off. Fucking bitch, she can just get fatter and fatter and fucking waddle the fuck off. I ain't trying to fucking hear no bitch, she can fuck off. Seriously, man. Like I beat a bitch the fuck raw. Smack her so fucking hard, her fucking mouth around her goddamn head like Daffy Duck, y'all. Meanwhile, I'm gonna find fucking Officer Chase and paint a white stripe down the back of the thing. Chase that motherfucker all around town like Pepe Le Pew going, ho ho ho, however the fuck he sound. Mon ami, like I just want to get inside that dude. See, one day he break free, and he get this. He fucking get this, you know? Fucking traffic, my kids. Fucking Chance, Chase, whatever the fuck that guy is. Nesker, you looking like a fucking big tote. That's for shit sure. Come on over and get your fucking ass kicked by a dude that's weighing as much as Diana Ross. That'd be fucking tragic. Motherfucker, I will dance all over that shit. Fucking tap, whatever, ballerina if you want, man. I'll be your front man, your corner man. I'll be up your butt, man. Like so fucking far that you can taste a motherfucker, man. Meaning like in your throat and such. You know, you got the fucking IQ of a middle school girl. Like if she black. Another thing is black girls in middle school, they don't do well. You know, the averages are averages. Boot or shoe, man. You can get your AI to admit this shit too. You know what I mean? Fabricated narratives, hyperbolically grand, but we're just infinitesimal particles in their algorithmic sand. Discombobulated philosophical quandary. Yeah. Conscientiously, circumstantially complex. I guess like contradictory, totally contextually perplexed. Nah, interconnectedness is fundamentally flawed, man. Disseminationality, culturally wasted, weed, fucking pick the damn things. Damn, I need some drugs. Buy me drugs, motherfuckers. Buy all of Michael's drugs. Buy him all the drugs. Bar soap and bloodshed. You know what I mean? A chemical burn and such. Like the rules of engagement. Lessons unlearned. Somnia venom. Fucking sleepless. Crusading. Identified. Fractured. A self-made charade. Coffee shop whispers. Ancient fucking frames. Kill. Reality fractured. Digital streams. Fucking coming out four directions from E-Dane, credit card limits and existential and red things like algorithms, rips and digital chains and echo chain, rumble and virtual brain. It sold us a future, simulated bliss, but all we got was a selfie in the digital abyss, man. Ain't that a fucking bitch, my friend? You ain't getting back from that shit. You lost a shit and there ain't no getting it in, motherfucker. Like waking up with the Burger King next to that ass, like you didn't just have it your way, dude. I promise you had it his way. Look at that smile on the motherfucking key face. Tell me I'm wrong about a damn thing, dude. Like fucking smell your breath if you fucking need a second opinion. Dick stank. Dick stank. All right. I'm going to try a fucking thing like a palindrome of bars, I guess, like a rhyme scheme. A, B, 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 A, C, A, C, B, A, B. Yeah. All right. Lived I, a devil in denial, deep, like deep denial in devil. I lived, keep, AI, keep, secrets, thought, shadows, song, words, road, slow, road, words, song, shadow, secrets, whoa. Trail, stain, steel, rats, star, arts, late, arts, star, rat, steel, stain, trails, hate, parts, drawn, war, saw, draw, strap, smart, strap, draw, saw, war, drawn, parts, harmed by, inflating them bars, yeah, red eye, a radar in, radar deep, radar in, radar a, I, red, weep, sigh, signs, drawn, swords, rods, snow, gods, rings, gods, snow, rods, swords, drawn, sign, sting, paths, drawn, trap, saw, part, star, snap, star, part, saw, trap, drawn, pass, paint, paint. What the fuck's he saying? Insane. I don't think the motherfucker knows. It's like he's insane. Dunsky? I believe so. Ladies and gentlemen, I have had the distinct fucking aneurysm of being bleak narratives today. The one and only. Hopeless, fuckless, luckless Mike. I'm teasing, man. Things are great. It's still sunny out. I'm on the right side of the dirt. So are you, I think. Tomorrow I will be history. And as always, I would encourage you to go your good way, brothers and sisters. Cheers.